Hi, everybody.
Howdy.
Great to be with you again. And what we wanted to bring up today was something that some of our clients have been sharing with us, how they've noticed that when they tend to start reaching for foods that aren't the best, that they're feeling a sense of boredom. Or on the other side, they're feeling like they deserve a reward. They've worked hard, there's something going on, and they are looking for a reward or a treat in some way.
Yeah, that's was my pattern. I would work hard, think I need a reward, and I'd go to the health food store and buy potato chips.
Right. And so what we wanted to bring out is how actually quite natural this process is, because when we have a sense of boredom or we feel a sense of tension, which brings up that idea, oh, I should get a reward here. What the body's looking for, what our psychology is looking for is coming back to a state of balance, to a greater state of well-being.
Yeah.
And so that's what our bodies are always doing. When if I start to run, my body senses that it needs to raise the blood pressure. It needs to change the balance. That's the balance that's right for running is different than the balance that's right for resting. And so the body's always monitoring and wanting to maintain balance, bring us to balance, because things are always changing. And our psychology is like that too. It wants to come back to homeostasis. So if we're feeling some tension, it's looking around for how do I restore the balance? How do I come back to that more settled, balanced state of mind? And we've got associations with food because food can change how we feel. And so when we start to feel these some tension or some boredom, whatever it is that's less than a state of well-being, our mind is there trying to help us out.
True.
So the question is, how do we shift? How do we, if we recognize that we're at that place of looking for food to change our moods, when we know that that food is going to have some consequences down the road, we're not going to feel as great as we'd like to. How do we actually make the shift?
Well, I find it's quite easy. And the first step is really just awareness because we're falling back into an old habit pattern that's often driven by unconscious thought. So if we just pause, rest a moment, relax, and notice, oh, I'm have this idea I've got to go get potato chips again. And in that relaxation, we get connected with our deeper wisdom, our body's wisdom, and we can check in. What I usually ask is this our potato chips ideal for me right now? And I get a very clear answer.
Yeah, we had a client we were talking to yesterday who was sharing with us how she's becoming more aware when she has the thought, let's go for the cookies, that something else is going on. That first step of awareness seems to be important. Um, and then she said what she did was she just, something that Connie keeps reminding her to consider doing, check in with your body. Your body's intelligence will give you the food, the answer that probably is going to benefit you the most. And so she was telling us that she did this, and it was kind of cute. She said, I had this idea to have cookies, and I thought, well, maybe I should ask my body's intelligence. So she just took a moment. She said, well, and checked in. So how it is for me, I notice when I want a food that's not great and it's kind of being driven by how I'm feeling, I'm kind of up in my head. This is where all the action is. And when I stop for a moment and I think, okay, what do I really want? Which is another way that I am asking, what does this body really want? It's like my awareness drops more into my body and I get something from there. And she was explaining how she had a similar experience. It was like she wants the cookie. And then she thought, well, what, would my body's wisdom suggest I have? She just checked into her body and she said, clear as a bell, a green smoothie. And her mind, she said, are you kidding? How could a green smoothie soothe what I'm looking for right now? How could it compare to the cookie?
That was fun.
It was so cute. And she decided to try the green smoothie just to experiment, to really see how does this really work. She had the green smoothie. She said it was the greatest thing. It was as good a green smoothie as I've ever had. And I was so satisfied. And when I looked back on it, I knew I felt so much better having had the green smoothie than if I had had the cookies. So it's just a reminder that we all have like the best physician in the world right inside. And all we need to do is settle and really check in. And we have access to the best guidance for what to eat in any given moment.
It's so true. So, recipe today, we're going to do a great fried rice made with the cauliflower as the rice. It's a great recipe and has lots and lots of veggies, and it has mushrooms. And remember, mushrooms are a great anti-cancer food. So I think you'll really like it. Give it a try. We had it for lunch yesterday and again today, and we loved it. So
yeah, looking forward to it.
enjoy.
See you next week.